welcome to X31 Topic 3 Pundits. I'm your host, John C. Dvorak. I'm here with Andrew Eisner and Joe Engo. And we're here to discuss, if you've been watching the show on and off, you'll notice that we mentioned the fact that a lot of these smartphones follow you around and they track your every move and one way or the other. So now, the latest is that Apple says it's a bug.
Well, to clarify, what they have said is a bug is how much data is actually being cached at a time. This is a cache. This is not recording your exact coordinates each time. What it is it's caching the Wi-Fi spots that are near you and the actual cell towers that you're hitting.
Why is it caching? What is it?
Why is it doing any of
it?
The reason it's doing that is because let's say you're in a building. Inside of a building, you can't hit GPS satellites. So it has to do triangulation from the cell towers. And it's a lot faster.
It's a feature.
It's a feature.
Well, it is, because what it's doing is it's optimizing and making the GPS lookups a lot faster.
Yeah, right.
So if you're in an area that has no line of sight to the satellites, it can use that data and make the lookups faster. But even as far as, if you do have line of sight to the satellites, this still does make the lookups faster. Android does the exact same thing, but the difference is that Android only keeps like the past few months worth of data.
Yeah, but Android also ships the data back home.
Well, so does Apple. But the
Why?
reason they're shipping that data back is because for like the Wi-Fi hotspots, or just actually Wi-Fi in general, it sends back the SSID and the location of that. This way, the next time you encounter it, it has an idea of what your location is. So, I mean, the only bug that exists here is that they're caching too much data. But this is an optimization.
So basically, this is doing us all a favor.
Exactly.
Well, it's making things faster.
Yes.
So as soon as now Apple's going to
when you got a cache a mile long, how's that any faster? It's like, it sounds to me that you can just look at the 3 or 4 little spots around you and do the work in less time. This says, well, let's see what we got here in this huge cache of data, or even if it's just a couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of information.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the past couple of weeks worth of data, yeah, that's great. But what if you travel a lot? What if you're up and down the state all the time?
Yeah.
That's a lot of data that it has to keep track of. I mean, even if you just travel all around San Francisco, that's an enormous amount of data.
So explain this to me again. I travel up and down the state a lot, and Apple, knowing that I travel up and down the state a lot, helps it anticipate which cell towers to use or Wi-Fi.
No, it's just for GPS
just for
location.
GPS.
Yeah. So like if you're always in San Francisco, you never leave the city. It's going to map out every single Wi-Fi spot, every single tower in the entire city. This way, if you're in the mall with no line of sight to the satellites, it could pinpoint your location very quickly. Otherwise, it's going to take a few minutes. And now, since everybody's complaining about this, what's going to happen is that they're going to put a cap on the actual amount of data that's saved. And so if you do travel in a lot of locations, lookups will get slower. But if you're someone like me who never leaves the city...
So wait, you're telling me, hold on, let's take a look at the way this would work. So I pull out my phone and I'm inside here.
Yeah, so you have no communication with the satellites.
But they will know where I am because there's a bunch of hotspots around.
Correct. So we have an access point in the next room. So your phone's going to actually see that access point.
And it's going to say, wow, here's where this guy is, and it's going to be able to put... The phone is not lit. Here, let me light it for you if you need it. There it is.
Yeah.
Lit?
It's just
lit?
symbolic. Yeah,
Watch, not lit. Anyway, so it's symbolic. So okay. So meanwhile, I don't know about you, but I've been outside with the satellites pounding me, and you put this thing and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait, and then eventually it figures out where you are.
No, eventually first it tells you I can't find your location.
Well, there was that, and
have you ever
usually
used a handheld GPS?
Well, wait a minute. Let me finish my little point here, which is that I don't see that it speeds anything up. It's a slow process to begin with, and all this data that's supposedly speeding things up, it's not speeding up anything. It's bull crap.
Have you ever used a handheld GPS?
Yeah, I have.
And how long does it take to actually sync to the satellites?
Depends. Depends.
It takes about 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And your phone is doing it way faster in 2 to 3 minutes.
I don't know. Is it?
I guarantee you. If you want, after the show, we can go outside and do the iPhone versus the Android and see which one syncs faster. And I guarantee it's less than 2 or 3 minutes. It'll probably be less than 30 seconds.
So it sounds to me like you bought, aren't you a big Apple?
No, he bought it.
No, I'm a software developer, so it makes sense to me. I mean, that's the bug, is that the cache is just too big. And that's it.
Simple as that.
The optimizations make sense to me.
We now have both sides of the argument.
Exactly.
This is what this show does. You've been watching X3.